I have finished watching Game of Thrones for the very first time in 2024. And I don't know what to think anymore. Because on one hand, I feel very blessed that I was able to watch some of the greatest television I've ever witnessed in my entire life. And then on the other hand, it feels like a curse because of how it all ended. I suppose the best way to label Game of Thrones is like a double-edged sword. You know, you have one side where it's just absolutely fantastic, some of the best things you'll ever watch, some of the best stories, some of the best acting, some of the best characters, just all around amazing stuff. And then just the last hurdle, it just goes to shit, and it's just such a shame. Now, I'm not going to go on about every single thing what was great about the show and what was terrible about the show. You'll find many videos on YouTube discussing all the points why it was great and why it was terrible, yada yada yada. I just want to talk about the parts what really grind my gears, and the first one, the Night King. How do you fuck this up? How do you fuck this up? He was so cool. He was so feared, and he hadn't said a single fucking word throughout the entire show. Not one word. And at the end, completely ruin it. I couldn't stand it. Yeah, he became as the Night King, the feared guy, doesn't have to say anything, looks so fucking cool. We build him up, you know, I forgot what the episode was called, I believe it was in season 5, where he raises up the army of the dead. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is cinema. And then, Arya Stark's got nothing to do, so we'll let it kill him. Fuck off, politely fuck off. You built it with him and Jon Snow for fucking what? I don't know how many seasons, but that's what you're building to. Jon Snow, the Night King. And we're like, well, actually, we didn't think that was the right thing to do. How? What? Yeah, we knew about, like, maybe 3 or 4 seasons before that it was going to be Arya Stark. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, so you knew about it 3 or 4 seasons before? Maybe, why didn't you start teasing that then? Why didn't you start building up to that, you know? Not just randomly just chuck it in, because he's got fuck all to do. He just pissed me off so much, man. Such a cool villain. Such a fucking cool villain. Like, if I was doing a ranking tier list right now, I'll put it in S tier for the Night King, but then because of the ending of it, I'll put him straight, maybe not all the way at the bottom, but you know what I mean? He'll drop a lot. It just baffles me. It simply baffles me. Like, if TikTok was around when Game of Thrones was at its peak, you know, you would have had so many TikTok edits of a Night King saying like plus 10,000 aura and fucking, I don't know, whatever. You would have so many cool edits of it. I can't believe they fucked up the Night King, man. That's like my biggest gripe. I just found the Night King so fucking cool. I found the Army of the Dead so fucking cool, and it all just goes down like that. Even the whole shit of the dragon being I was like, whoa, that's fucking whoa, you know what I mean? And then it's just like, yeah, nothing much really came from it. Just so fucking, in fact, that whole episode, pretty much the entire fucking show built up to that. And one, I could barely fucking see a thing. Had to get my X-ray goggles out. What the fuck? It was just, and then I didn't understand this, and it really fucking rubbed me the wrong way. They just sent out the Dothraki to go fight them in the pitch black. Not let the Army of the Dead approach them, which they did anyway. Just sent out the Dothraki like, yeah, go on, go fight them. Go get yourself slaughtered. It was so stupid, that episode alone, but mainly just that, the whole thing with the Night King, man, just absolutely feels like a low blow anytime I think about that. Another thing what really annoyed me was how it just did like a whole 180 on plot armor. Like, in the peak of this show, there was no plot armor whatsoever. If a character made a really stupid and daft decision, they would have to pay the consequences for making that very stupid decision. In the later seasons, that wasn't a thing. That wasn't a thing whatsoever. Like, I feel like this was more, did it start creeping in towards, I think it was season 6, I mainly noticed this with Battle of the Bastards. A great scene, by the way, a spectacular scene. I loved it, you know, with Ramsay and Jon Snow. I thought it was so fucking cool. But then at the same time, you know, and it's a very cool visual of Jon Snow pulling out his sword and the whole army coming at him. But come on. Come on. He would not fucking survive that. No fucker is surviving that. Standing there with your sword out like that, when you got fucking hundreds of horses coming at you, full speed, pelting it at you. I'm sorry, you are not surviving that. Yes, I know his own army came and clashed with him, but regardless, you're still going to get caught up in the mix. Let's be honest now. And when I think they're getting crushed together, and then, what is it, Sansa comes and saves the day. Woo! You know, sorts it all out. And then, I don't know, just the plot armor just got too ridiculous for me towards the end. Like, was it Gendry who, like, when they were beyond the wall, ran all that way in snow when he's not used to snowy conditions? The entire episode up to that point, they were like walking the entire time, and then he just ran it within like 2 minutes. And then like what's her face, Daenerys comes in on a dragon, even though she's had to travel all this way. And at the start of the show, it used to take, you know, how long did it take Robb Stark get from north? And he didn't even get to the south. I think he got to like the midway point. It took like 2 seasons to get to that point. But then towards the end, it was just like fast travel, fast travel, fast travel. I hated it. It was so stupid. And then another thing what I noticed, again with that awful episode with the whole Night King, where it was finally built up to it and it went to shit. You know, when like the army of the dead would do swarming, and just like none of them die. Don't get me wrong, cut off some characters you knew of. I can't remember the name, sorry. But like, yeah, they killed off some. It was like, how are they surviving that? It made no sense. And then was it last episode, second to last episode of the final season, where all the buildings are collapsing, and somehow Arya Stark she just filmed it all. No, she can't get crushed. She can't get crushed. She is the golden goose of this show. Just fucking ridiculous. I could not stand the plot armor towards the end of the show. Again, just because he did a whole completely 180. If you're going to have plot armor from the start, like, I'd rather the plot armor to stay consistent. You know, if you're not going to have plot armor, make sure it stays like that throughout the entire show. If you're going to have plot armor, like most shows do, let's be honest, that's fine, but just make it consistent. Just don't fuck about with it. Stay consistent with it. And the last thing, I've got to talk about this. Jaime Lannister. You know what I'm gonna say, guys. How do you fuck up this redemption arc? You had it! You had it right there, in front of you, right there, and you just took it away from everyone. You fucking took it away from everyone. Why? Do you like no? Why? I don't get it. Just so silly and stupid. You know, you had him came back up to North to want to defend against the army of the dead. You're thinking, that's my fucking guy right there. Jaime Lannister, that is the fucking guy right there. That is a top bloke right there. He has fully redeemed himself. And then after you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to become a piece of shit again. I'm going to go back all the way down there and save my bitch sister, who I love and love prodding. I'm going to do that. And then he has the audacity, the fucking writing. I never actually cared about the people. Right. So you're telling me one of the best scenes in the entire show, where he's confessing to why he killed the Mad King and like giving context behind the whole thing, you know, because he was referred to as Kingslayer. That incredible scene now just goes to complete and utter shit. It meant nothing whatsoever, and this entire redemption arc is just chucked in the bin within a couple of episodes. Just an absolute fucking joke. But yeah, I just had to rant how I feel about this show. Again, the highest of highs, some of the best TV you will ever see in your entire life, but unfortunately it just doesn't have a fantastic conclusion that it deserves. it really does deserve an absolutely spectacular conclusion. And I remember when people still go on to about it this day, what's the greatest TV show of all time? And before I watched Game of Thrones, I used to always be like, yeah, Breaking Bad, the greatest show of all time, and I still do believe that. And when I was watching Game of Thrones, in its peak, obviously I was watching it this year, but in its peak, I was like, how does it get better than this? How does it get... This is, again, the character... I cared about so many characters. I cared about so many plot lines. Just so much going on. Every episode was just hitting banger after banger after banger after banger. And then the ending just fucked it. I just had to say something about it. I know many people probably don't care about Game of Thrones anymore. But, I don't know, man. It's always going to live with me now. That it just got fucked up. Every time I'm going to see something about Game of Thrones, I'm going to be reminded, this is great television. And then we fucked it. Unfortunately, that's always going to be the case. But thank you for watching the video. Let me know what you think about Game of Thrones. I'm really interested to see what takes you guys come out with, what your opinions on the show. What really pissed you off about the series, the same way I've just ranted on about it. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.